couple of years back, I shaved my head, and honestly, it has been one of the most profound and beautiful experiences of my life. I will certainly share my experience and the reason why I shaved my head, so stay tuned until the end of the video. Shaving head is deeply rooted in our Nepalese culture. Widows of Nepal that typically belong to higher caste, they used to shave their heads as a mark of permanent widowhood. So for her, it meant not marrying again and having a bald head for the rest of her life. And I say used to because I'm not sure if this is still prevalent in Nepal. Men, on the other hand, they normally shave their heads at least twice during their lifetime. One during Bratavandha. It's an elaborate ceremony with complex rituals performed for young boys anywhere between the ages of 8 to 12. Basically, it's a celebration to mark the beginning of manhood. The other time that men shave their heads is when an elderly person from the family dies. It's believed that shaving head gives strength to go through the grieving process, and it's a temporary thing. So notice the difference. For a woman, it used to be a permanent thing, and it's almost like giving a social status of being a widow to let the society know that she is emotionally unavailable for a second marriage. For a man, it allows to communicate those non-verbal, those subtle cues to let the other person know that they are going through the grieving process so that they can be extra sensitive and empathetic towards them. I feel that our tradition has always favored men one way or the other, knowingly or unknowingly, and by embedding the idea of shaving head, it has normalized the concept of shaving head, at least for men. For a woman, hair is associated with her beauty. Someone with long, dark, luscious hair is considered as attractive and feminine, while someone with short hair is perceived as less attractive, less feminine, and almost like a tomboy. And I say that we are pretty much brainwashed and conditioned because if we look at the hair product advertisements, we see gorgeous woman with long, dark, luscious hair. Even when she walks, her hair is bouncing. I mean, it's unreal how the hair product advertisements are presented to us. And we take those subtle messages without us realizing it. I'm also going to pick up on Bollywood cinema because as a Nepali, I pretty much grew up watching Bollywood cinema. So if we look at the old cinema, we will see that our actors, they always had long dark hair, and she is presented in a very desirable manner. And if we look at the mode in Bollywood cinema, you'll see that hair is being romanticized. You'll see that the wind is blowing the actor's hair, she's flipping her hair, and again she's presented in a very desirable feminine manner. So we consume those movies on a day-to-day basis, and we consume that message as well. I also feel that perhaps we tend to shift our behavior and choices according to the situation. And here's a perfect example because I have done it myself. So after shaving my head, I've always had short hair, and at some point of time I had about this length of hair, and I wanted to get back to pixie cut, but I decided not to because my sister was getting married. So in my mind, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to wear this traditional beautiful lehenga and sari with makeup and jewelry, and I just could not imagine a pixie cut with the traditional attire. So because of that situation, my behavior completely changed. In my mind, I sort of associated longer hair with beauty, because I absolutely wanted to look beautiful during the wedding. So I'm pretty sure you can relate to this experience as well. And I feel that when a man shaves his head, it's normal, right? We don't question them. They don't become the topic of our discussion. But when a woman does something like this, she is being scrutinized by her friends, by neighbors, relatives, and the society. She becomes the topic of the discussion. When a woman decides to shave her head, it's kind of a big deal, because she is going against the social template, the social standard of the beauty. When she decides to shave her head, oftentimes there's a good reason behind it. Maybe she's having a mental breakdown and needs a fresh start. Maybe she's trying to express herself. Maybe she's sending a message to the society to let them know that it's her body and her hair, and she owns that decision and not the society. So I had always wanted to shave my head. I'm not really sure why, but this desire was always there. But if I have to trace back, I think I remember a movie that I watched long time back. It's a Bollywood cinema. Its title is Water. It's again based on the widows of India, how they had to live in an ashram far away from their family members. And the image of this actor has always remained with me. I'm not really sure. Maybe she's just so beautiful, and she actually carried bald head so gracefully, and I think maybe that kind of stayed in my heart. But that was long time back. And years back, I was in a very dark and hurtful place. Obviously, I was trying to get out of it, but something would kind of pull me back, and I was not able to get out of it like completely and start a fresh new journey. At that time, I had moved from Delaware to Minnesota for a couple of months for a project. It was a new place, new experience, new feeling, new people. I kind of wanted to start fresh. So because this desire to shave my head was there, it made sense for me to shave my head at that time. When I shaved, I felt so light. It felt as if someone has taken out something out of my body, and I felt like a feather. I also felt strong, like mentally, emotionally. I felt some kick-ass energy within me. It was a really beautiful feeling. It almost felt like liberation. I treasure that feeling even today. I printed that picture of myself, and I have it in the room right over there, just as a reminder to feel that feeling again whenever I feel a little bit down. So yeah, that's pretty much my experience, just coming from a hurtful place and trying to start a new journey. This has also allowed me to think if our hair carries any emotions. And I say this because once I actually shaved my head, I was able to let go of my past, let go of all the emotions, and start a new journey. And I really started a new journey, and it has been a beautiful one. And you know, like how in some of the Hollywood movies you see that our female actors, they are being presented, or they are put in a intense emotional situation, and all of a sudden we see her chopping her own hair. So I do believe that perhaps our hair carries some kind of emotions, and once we let it go, once we shave it or once we cut it, we actually let go some of the emotions that we have felt. Alright, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video where I'm overthinking about the simplest thing like hair, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. Until next week, my gorgeous friends, namaste.